welcome to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist, and welcome. If you are a new subscriber, and I just have to really thank you for subscribing, tell your friends. If you're new here, this is a Flosstube, and this is my Flosstube number 62. I talk mostly about cross-stitch sewing and quilting, but you know, I had a lot more cross-stitch content earlier in the year, but I'm doing some quilts as Christmas presents. Hopefully I can get more than one done. I will get them something else and not stress about it, as I end up having to do quite a few other things. Also, the room that I sew in is also the room where the Christmas tree is going to be. So I haven't gotten very much done in this last week. Thanksgiving kind of takes 3 days out of your week, because you have a day of cooking, you have a day of eating, and you have a day of cleaning up or not being able to move because you ate too much the day before. Yeah. But I have a finish, and I have a couple of I have another one I've been working on, and then I have a new start, and I have one thing of haul, but it is I'll show you. So I am going to show you my finish first. I have to say, I have a lot of things going on. I decided if it's about 10 o'clock on Monday morning, and I decided to go ahead and film now, although I might be interrupted, because our garage door has, it's been sounding awful, and we right now are not even using it, and that is our main way to go in and out of the house, because then we can leave the house locked easier. And as you are opening it or closing it, it is making horrible sounds. So someone is coming today at 11, well, between 11 and 2. So I have my phone, I don't have my phone silenced, so that I can get his message. And actually, I just got one. Oh, it's just from DMC. I don't have my phone silenced so that I can hear when he calls, because they're going to text 20 minutes out. And the vet should be calling me back. I need to make an appointment for my dog, and it's Monday after a holiday, so I had to leave a message. So anyway, I hope y'all had a nice Thanksgiving. I had a fantastic Thanksgiving, considering it was the first Thanksgiving without my mom. It was nice to be with family, and we remembered her, but we didn't. It wasn't a sad event. It wasn't. We weren't all. My sister Naomi, who did the turkey, feels her death differently than the rest of us, and so she had a harder day. But I peeled a bag of potatoes. Last year, my mom peeled the potatoes for me, because I was making a lot of stuff, and I forgot that she would keep everything underwater until she was ready to chop it. And so my potatoes were delicious. They were just looking a little bit the wrong color. But just little things like that just when one person is the one that always makes something that the whole family loves, my mom was always the one that made the potatoes. And it's difficult. My grandmother, my mom's mother, grew up, making tortillas by 4 hands of flour and 1 handful and this much salt, and she never used a measuring cup, and that's the way I learned how to make tortillas. Now I can't make them that way anymore because I haven't made them in a long time, and I'm not sure I would remember correctly. But so I use a recipe. But but my my grandmother used to do something, and nobody in the family knows. She would do something to the dough. Now she could tell you if the tortilla was dough was correct by feeling the dough. Not even tasting the tortilla, no. Feeling the dough, she could tell if you made it wrong. But she did something to the dough and would bake it into these biscuits that are the best biscuits I've ever had in my life. And all of us have tried to see if we could recreate those biscuits. Some of us have gotten close, but so those are the things that really make you, and it seems minor, to miss my grandmother's biscuits. But she's not here to teach me how to make them. And I never thought to have her show me when I had her here. And my grandmother and I spent quite a bit of time together. So, yeah. My niece spent time learning how to make tortillas with my mom, and she makes them quite frequently now. My niece is quite a good cook. She's in New England Conservatory of Music, and she's a brilliant violinist, but she's also a very good cook. And again, I have weird things on my eyes. I apologize. Okay, back to why you're here. My finish is Thankful by Stitching with the Housewives. And here's a picture of the pattern the way they did it. And here's mine, getting threads all over me. I decided to go ahead and leave the tops white. And this would have been I would have finished it on Thanksgiving Day, except I can't spell. I got to finishing the U. I was about to start the L, and I said, why do I have so much space left over? It's because I forgot the K. I said thankful instead of thankful. Anyway, I did make some other mistakes on it. This part of this stalk was too far, one stitch too far over, so I just made another row here on these so it looks the same. So yeah, I would have finished it on Thanksgiving Day, but I just said it was late and I was tired, so I went ahead and said, no, I'll just redo it tomorrow. So I finished it the day after Thanksgiving. And I did not do any Black Friday shopping. I no longer do Black Friday shopping. I can't be out with the crazies. We went to the movies this weekend. We went to see House of Gucci. And while I was waiting in line for tickets, there was a woman behind me that had a child. She was holding a child, I would say 4, maybe 5, who who was coughing a phlegmy cough. And I'm like, in today's world, you need to go to a movie with a sick child? I mean, the child is miserable, and you could be getting other people sick. I don't understand it. Um, so, yeah. And then there was a guy in there. The movie theater that we go to has loyalty cups, and the refill of those cups is cheaper than buying. Oh, let me see if I stretch up higher, if that will stop glowing on me. Um, and he had his cup, and he was drumming on it the whole time he was in line, waiting to get up to order. There was a lot of lines, and the lines were long. Just things like that. It's like, if I don't need to subject myself to things, I don't know. I don't think I want to. Maybe if I tilt my head, give myself some double chins. I don't know. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is I kept them in the bags today because if I have to run off, and I don't want things getting all mixed up. So I've got more of Santa Claus done. And I'm sorry about the light through it. I'm not sure this is going to work. Oh, I didn't show you what it's supposed to look like. So I'm working on these two houses and the stuff above here, and then I'll work on this. I have this tree done. So, yeah, it's getting a little bit further. Although I did realize when I was working on it that I had substituted I think it's supposed to have ribbon red, and I had substituted Louisiana hot sauce, Weeks Dye Works Louisiana hot sauce for that. I'm using all Weeks Dye Works threads. I like Weeks Dye Works. So, and I don't have any problem with the threads that are called for. I like Weeks Dye Works. Now I am going to still use Perfect Pie Crust for the skin. It actually is a great skin color. And, it's like, 3 stitches. So, but I used all the called for threads on Thankful, and, I was having all kinds of trouble because they all look the same. And that's part of the problem with Rogue decided to join me. She was sitting on that side of the couch earlier. She said, "No, you made me be in the camera by myself, and I don't like it." Yeah. That's Rogue. Each dye lot is different. So the dye lots that Priscilla had, I think the colors were different enough that you could tell them apart, but on mine, that wasn't the case. And so I was having to go, it looks like the same color. So I had to back stitch around the hands, and they were the color that they were supposed to be, but it just so with a darker color that she used for the cheeks, just to make it where you can actually see his hands, as opposed to it looking like part of the cornstalks. So, that's just, it happens. And, I wasn't, but when you're using threads that one skein may look different than another skein, you have to, I could have found a different part of the thread, and but backstitching around it was easier. So, and I don't like to necessarily go from, a particular part of the thread. So that's just not me. Now here's my new start. It's Sweet Wings Studio, Let Heaven and Nature Sing. And I'm doing it. The model was stitched on 32 count navy linen. But I have, because I had done these on navy Ada, I went ahead and started it. And I'm using yellowy twill for the stars. This is a light blue 775 DMC. It calls for DMC colors. And, it looks white, but it's not. It's blue. So, yeah, I didn't get very far on it. Yesterday was a long day. My father's class, our church is changing when they have service. They had 2 services, and they've changed it to 1. And his class used to meet during the second service, and they're trying to decide where they want to, when they want to meet. And only certain classes have Sunday school there at that church. Technically, it's not my church, but I've been attending with him, but he has joined that church. And his class is, yesterday they were going to have class from 9 to 10, and then the congregation from 10 to 11. But they decided that they wanted to start at 8:30 so that they could have coffee and donuts and visit and then have class. And next week they're going to do it afterward to see which one they like better. And so I had to get him there at 8:30, which meant getting up very early. And these days I am just not used to getting up early. And because I have a tendency to go to bed very late. And I was processing our Three Sisters creative video, and I went to bed well after 3. So, yeah, it wouldn't upload. Anyway, it was a long day. And when I got back, I was just like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. And so I did start it. That was maybe, I think I worked on it maybe half an hour. And I said, I'm putting this away because I'm not enjoying it. I'm just making myself do it. And I don't want to do that. So, yeah. Now, the rest of this is quilting stuff. I finished sewing together all of these panels. Now I have to cut them all apart and sew them back together to make them look like the final panel. And I don't know what I showed you. I hope I showed you the panels. So after I cut them together and sew them back together, they'll look more like this. But, okay. Let me pause here for a second. That was the service tech saying they're on their way. So, it's a good thing I'm almost done. So, here's my haul. I saw this on Instagram and then I tried to ignore it. I love snowmen. And then my sister said, "Did you see this?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was trying not to buy it." And she said, "Why not?" And so I went and looked at it. And I mean, isn't this adorable? And when I got onto, it's from Shabby Fabrics. When I got onto the website, it was a kit that had everything but the batting, and it was only $75. So only I went ahead and got it. I should be using that for Christmas presents, right? It finishes at 35.5 by 44.5. So here is the panel. Here is the panel. I don't know if I can show you the whole thing. I'm trying to show you the whole thing, but I can't see you, so I don't know what you're seeing. So, is that cute or what? I really like this guy that's singing. I like this top one over here, catching snowflakes. And this one with a cardinal on his nose. Anyway, it has, you fussy cut these panels out for this project. And I'm not going to work on it until January because, you know, I have enough to do. Here's the backing fabric and the border fabric, and this is for the binding, and this is for the sashing. So it's adorable. Love it, love it, love it. So I have to go get our garage door looked at. So I hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving. Like and subscribe. If you enjoy the content, my videos are usually about half an hour, sometimes 45 minutes. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a week.